Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, not too many changes since the last update. We still have the bullish and the bearish count both on the chart here. You can clearly see that Bitcoin is struggling a bit. It's struggling a bit to push higher. It reacted to that resistance area I showed you in the last video here. In the wider context, nothing has changed. Yeah, I sometimes get the comments I should focus on the 4-hour chart, but to be honest, because I give multiple updates per day, the 4-hour isn't changing at all. Yeah, and yesterday I made a video showing you the daily chart, the 4-hour, and so on. So can't repeat that in every video. It would just be repetition, because as long as we are in the channel here and we're holding the critical support levels that are highlighted already in previous videos, and one of them to the downside is the, first of all, the channel support here, the ascending trend line, and the last swing low at 22.5k. I mean, as long as we're holding that, in theory, this yellow count is still alive, which means we could get here some more upside in an extension of the fifth wave, maybe into the 26 to 28k region. Now, the problem with Bitcoin is that the move off the high of Thursday's high last week, this move can be counted as a 5-wave move down. I'm going to show you that actually in this video. Now, bear in mind, wave counts on the whatever 1-hour chart and lower are unreliable, or at least they are fluid. They are fragile. Yeah, these patterns can break more easily, the same way as a trend line can break more easily on a 1-hour chart and more quickly than on the daily chart, which is logical, I think. Because also here prices change more often, so the wave counts need to be adjusted more often. But you have a possible 5-wave move down. So we had here a possible leading diagonal in a 1, a wave 2 to the upside. Then we had a 3 down, not the perfect length, but okay. Let me just think. Here 3, 4, and then we could say we had here basically with a double bottom a wave 5. So 5 waves down here in a wave, either, well, probably a wave A. That's how I would see it, yeah. An A wave, then what we're doing now is possibly a B wave in the bearish interpretation. And that, again, that is sort of the problem for the yellow count, because you can interpret this as a 5-wave move to the downside. Because this is possible, it puts emphasis on the blue count, which is sort of the bearish one, which would lead to downside into the wave 4. It's not really the bearish one, it's short-term bearish, but overall it would first suggest that we are getting into this wave 4 support region. As long as we're holding 20k, we are able to set up for higher. Now, someone asked me in the previous video, what happened to your 20k prediction? So first of all, I'm not predicting 20k. I'm not telling you it will definitely going to go to 20k. What I'm telling you is, if we drop out of this wedge to the downside, out of this channel, and drop out of it, there is a high likelihood we're going to get into this region. Now, this is not only the 20k level. It should not drop below 20k to be still a wave 4 and give us a high probability wave 5. If it drops below it, it can significantly drop further, maybe even to the 17 to 18k region. But if it holds the wave 4 in this area, which is between 20k and 21.2k, it can give us a 5th wave with a high reliability. Yeah, that's sort of the point. It's all based on conditions. Yeah, if the chart does this, then probably that is going to happen, which is very important to understand. Yeah, the difference, it's not like, I've got the crystal ball, I'm going to tell you it would definitely go down, which is not how it should be understood. Yeah, no TA should. But yeah, hey, I think I'm leaning towards this one. I'm leaning towards this scenario that we have the A wave down because it can be counted as a 5-wave move, that we're currently, because it's so choppy, in a B wave to the upside. And that could be an ABC structure. It's even possible to count a bit differently here. There would be a WXY, where we would get one more leg up. I might actually move it to WXY for now, but it doesn't really make a difference. And always encourage people not to get too fussed about lower degree wave counts. Is it an ABC? Is it a WXY? It doesn't really matter. Don't be a wave nerd, I tend to say. But I am one but I also know that these are, to be understood as a roadmap, And, so if we have here WXY, then what would be a target for the Y wave? Here we take the length of the W wave, we go to the low of the X wave, and a key target would be the 1.618 extension at 23,435. As you can see, we already reached that. So what that means is we need to be watching now. We need to be watching if this move is finished already. This sort of B wave, is it finished? Doesn't need to be finished. It could still extend out further, and that's why we have the 1.618 extension I just showed you is sort of the ideal target. Of course, these can extend higher, and that's why I've got the resistance area here on the chart between 23,460 and 23,926. Getting above that level would put more emphasis on the, let's call it the bullish count, yeah? By the way, I'm going to make the WXY blue as well, so you don't get confused. So the blue count is really the subwaves of the bearish count, or short-term bearish count. And the yellow count here, the 1, 2, is still possible. But then if you take a look at this, moving down in 5 waves, moving up in such a choppy range is not really showing a lot of strength. So what we need to watch out for is how do we react to this resistance area. Wouldn't be surprised if it pushes a bit higher. It already reacted to it though, but if it pushes a bit higher, next resistance will be 23,653 and 23,926. And again, a move above that would not invalidate the B wave here, but it would make it less likely, and it would put more emphasis on the yellow count. And that's sort of where we are, and at the moment I have no strong indication that we are heading down in the C wave already, because we really only had a first initial reaction. But if it now moves up, makes a lower high, and then breaks below the last swing low, then it's a good indication that we are in the C wave to the downside, which would be another 5 wave move. And I will keep you updated about more specific targets when we head into that direction. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.